Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new. We are back with our second TBR video, which is crazy. Like, where has January gone? But second TBR video of 2026. Again, we're going to be letting a TBR prompt jar pick our reads for the month, or help us pick our reads for the month. I'm not used to doing TBR jars and like actually not knowing what's in there, because I forgot what I put in here at the beginning of the year. In January, I kind of remembered the prompts, and whenever I did the TBR wheel, obviously I put the prompts in like a day before, so I knew all the prompts and you could see all the prompts. But it's kind of fun. It's like fully blind when you pick a TBR jar. So we're going to be letting a TBR jar pick our reads. I actually am thinking we might pick 6 reads this month. We usually do 5, but I'm kind of thinking towards 6, just because I know I don't want to pick up another Brandon Sanderson this month. I want to have a little break, and obviously that means we don't have an 1,000-page book to be reading, so it definitely gives us more range, more possibility to read more. So yeah, we'll see how we go though. If we get a lot of like really long books, we'll just do 5, but yeah, we'll go with the flow. But without further ado, let's pick our first prompt. The satisfying pop of this. All right, there are quite a few prompts in here, but it just doesn't look like it. All right, the first prompt is, oh, I like this one. It must have a prologue or an epilogue. Not every book has that, by the way. That is unique. Let me see what I can find. That was actually so much harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought every book, or like most books, like 9 times out of 10, had a prologue or epilogue. Apparently not, especially when they're in series, and that is the majority of my TBR at the moment. But I did have 2 really good options. Okay, number 1, Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez. Hachette recently sent me this one, and it seems really fun. This is a fantasy book set in Italy. I have never read a fantasy book set in Italy. We are following a sculptress, Ravener, and she has a terrible secret. Desperate to save her brother, she enters a competition hosted by Florence's most feared immortal family, revealing a dark power in a city where magic is forbidden. Now captive in the cutthroat city, Ravener is forced into a dangerous task where failure means certain death by the hands of the immortal family's mesmerizing but merciless heir. But as he draws her closer, Ravener realizes the true threat lies beyond Florence's walls. I just am like so intrigued by this. Number 1, are you seeing this cover? It is absolutely stunning. Number 2, I just like, this sounds so much fun. We have a competition setting, like a trials situation. It looks like an enemies to lovers. This is a completely new author to me, and we're set in Italy, so I love that option. Oh, and to prove it, here is the prologue, or I believe it is actually in Italian. Haha, see? We have a prologue. That ticks off the prompt. And then this one also has a prologue, Dark Shade of Magic. This is the continuation in A Darker Shade of Magic, The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. I really want to dive into this one. I really want to get back in this world. And we're counting this as a prologue because we have White London 7 years ago. So we have that before we go on to chapter 1. So that's a prologue, right? I don't even know. Do we have an epilogue? I don't think we have an epilogue. But yeah, this is a continuation in the Dark Shade of Magic world. I read the trilogy like a year or 2 ago now, and I absolutely loved it. I love V.E. Schwab. I read Addie LaRue by her last year. Absolutely loved it. So I'm kind of working my way through her backlog. Like, I really want to read this one very soon. I like that it has sprayed edges. That's kind of fun. I just miss our characters. I would tell you what this is about, but I don't really want to because it's kind of a spoiler for the Dark Shade of Magic series. So go read that and then read this. I think we're gonna have to go with, like, I love the sound of this and I want to try and get it on another prompt. I would love to have it on the TBR, but I think we're gonna have to go with the Fragile Threads of Power. Like, this just, I've been dying to pick this one up again. I love V.E. Schwab. I want to be back in this world. So yeah. And I know the second one is coming out this year. I actually, for the longest time, thought this was just like a spin-off kind of sequel type situation, like just an extra. I didn't realize it was going to be an entire series. I thought it was just like a kind of, you know, those ones. Yeah, anyway, I think we're gonna go with a Fragile Threads of Power because I'm so curious and I keep wanting to get it on my TBRs, to be honest, every month since I've had it on my physical TBR. So yeah, we'll go with that one for the first book. Before we go on to choose the next prompt, I did want to give a quick thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this portion of the video. You guys know Ana Luisa has been supporting this channel for a while now, and I am so incredibly grateful for them, but also just absolutely obsessed with them. Actually, recently I've been getting a lot of questions here on YouTube and on like my TikTok and Instagram about what jewelry I'm wearing. Like 90% of the time it's Ana Luisa, guys. I love their jewelry. I wear it all the time and I don't take it off because it is exceptional quality, and it also, all pieces are backed by a 2-year warranty. So you have that kind of peace of mind when you purchase, but also you're getting good quality jewelry for a very affordable price. The jewelry I am wearing today is of course Ana Luisa. I have this new necklace which I am absolutely obsessed with. I think it is so beautiful and dainty. It is also just perfect for Valentine's coming up. I have a few little heart pieces on today. You guys also know how much I love to layer my jewelry, how much I love to combine silver and gold, and Ana Luisa Luisa really encourages that. And then I also have my earrings on. I cannot tell you how much I have loved these ones in my first lobe. These are little dangle earrings, a snake chain with a little tiny dainty heart on the end. And then we also have these little crystal sleepers that go with absolutely everything. I think it's incredible how wonderful this silver is and how well it goes with gold, because that's not always the case. Also around this time of the year, I feel like it is the perfect season for gifting for Valentine's. So if you have somebody you love in your life, this is also such a beautiful gift you can get them. It's gonna last them a long time, and I guarantee you they will be getting compliments on them, because literally, I'm not kidding, every time I wear these pieces, I always get compliments. So this is your sign to treat someone you love or yourself, because we're all about self-love on this channel, to an Ana Luisa piece. You can use the link in the bio, which would really help out this channel as well. Thank you, Ana Luisa, so much for continuously supporting our channel and for creating such beautiful pieces. Okay, let's choose the second prompt for this video. All right, the second prompt is, I love doing this when I can't remember, an academy college setting, like academy or college setting. This is actually kind of hard. I'm gonna have to have a think. Let me look. These prompts are actually proving quite difficult, to be honest. We have two options for this. Literally only two options I could find from my entire physical TBR. We have talked about Neverthorn before. I didn't read it last time I put it on my TBR, and I truly don't know why. I think I just ran out of time. But this is definitely an academy setting. It is a YA novel. We are set at Neverthorn Academy. We are following Harlow. She attends Neverthorn Academy and joins House Phoenix, where they train in magical abilities like potions, rune casting, and combat. However, a powerful dark wizard has been plaguing the magical realm for decades and has his sights set on the mortal world, specifically the House of Phoenix. So it sounds very Harry Potter-esque, but like it could be fun. It could be really fun. So I feel like we probably will go with this. The other option I had is, of course, Red Rising has a kind of loose academy setting. Now I have read Red Rising, so I'm not sure whether to put this on the TBR, but I really want to do a reread, because when I read it, I didn't love it, and everyone's obsessed with this series. I've talked about this a few times, but so now I'm like, I need to do a reread. However, when I do a reread of this, I kind of want to do the audiobook reread, because there is a dramatic reading, and apparently that can really like enhance your whole experience of it. So I'm kind of leaning towards that. Maybe we'll put Neverthorn on this TBR because it's really fun and cute, and hopefully I'll get to the audiobook. I just kind of feel weird putting like an audiobook on my TBR. I don't know. I also don't know if I'm in the mood for Red Rising. I kind of was gonna do my whole reread and then start my whole journey of Red Rising in winter, and it is like, it's so hot, guys. It is literally like 40 degrees Celsius while I am filming this. I am dying in this heat. Anyway, I think this will be a good read for now. And I do want to get this off my physical TBR. I've had it on there for a while now, and I just feel like it's time. I feel bad when I put something on my TBR and don't read it. So yeah, maybe we'll pick Neverthorn for this prompt. I mean, it could be really fun. Yeah, let's go with Neverthorn. All right, let's pick our third prompt for the video, which is dual POV or just more than one POV if I can't find a dual POV. I like that. I keep saying that. I wrote my own prompts and I like them. Surprise, surprise. I do have one really good. Oh, I might have a few good contenders for this one. Okay, this is basically me grabbing some of my most anticipated reads and hoping that they have dual POV. Obviously, I am dying to get to Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. I do know that this is multiple POV because I'm assuming because the first few books. The thing is, it's quite hard to know if it is multiple POV because I don't want to like go into it and spoil anything. Maybe I'll just, yeah, let's do this. Look, chapter 2 is in that perspective. Let's see what the next chapter is because I don't want to spoil anything for myself, but I'm like 99% sure it is multiple POV. So this is a really great option. This is definitely more than dual POV. We have a lot of characters, but like, you guys know, I have fallen in love with this trilogy. Over the past month, I read both Jade War and Jade City, the first two books in the trilogy, at the beginning of this month, and have loved this world. It is an urban fantasy, in case you don't know what it is about. We are set in the city of Janloon, which is very high in the amount of jade it has. Jade is basically this substance thing that increases your mental and physical strength. Not everyone can weld jade, but obviously it makes a person very, very powerful. We're also following two clans, or two like rival clans. One is the Cal family, very high up, very powerful, and the other is the, oh my god, I'm having a blank, the Mountain, I think. Like, it goes so much from there. I'm like, I want to cry thinking about it. So that is a great option. The other option I wanted to check is Heart of Betrayal. This is the second book to the Remnant Chronicles. I don't know if this is multiple POVs or not, but we'll see, I guess. You know what? I might Google this one to make sure, because I read the first book in this series a long time ago, so I can't quite remember. Okay, it's saying it's multiple POV. This is exciting. I think we have more than 2 as well, so we definitely have more than a dual POV. That's exciting though. Okay, that's another option. I don't know if the Diviners is multiple POV, but this is one that I've been really wanting to get on my TBR. Oh, I think this technically had a prologue. I probably could have done this. Damn. First chapter has a character's name, so let's see if the second... Yes! This is... I think this is dual POV. This could be a perfect one. I'm going to confirm it though via Google. From what I can see on Google, there are multiple POVs in this one as well, not just 2. Are you telling me I have to pick between these 3 books? That is incredibly hard. I'm going to be honest. I'm drawn between these 2. Look, I do think I'm going to get to this one anyway because I'm itching to read it. So I think I might put the Diviners on my TBR to kind of give me that push. I've been really, really curious about this one. We are set in 1920 in New York City. We are following Evie, which love that name. I think there is a great element of mystery to this one as well. I think we are solving murders, but also there is this magical element to it as well. We have a great sense of found family apparently from what I know. So I think I want to read this one. I've just heard also nobody talk about this book and I love it. I love the cover. So I think we're going to put the Diviners on the TBR. That's really exciting. I wanted to get this one. It's really hard. I have a lot of books that I really, really want to be reading at the moment, so it's hard to choose. But our 4th prompt is, I do not know what that says, but a book you meant to read last year but didn't. That one is a very good prompt because it makes me pick up books that I need to. I will say Heart of Betrayal, definitely an option for that because I was meant to read that last year. I just kept not buying it physically, so that made me not read it. A quick scan, see if I have anything else. I've definitely been pushing myself with my physical TBR, so there's not too many, but one that has been on my TBR for a long time is Prayer of the Orange Tree. I really thought I was going to get to this last year, but I didn't. So these are 2 great options. I feel like I want to go with the Remnant Chronicles because I would rather finish the Remnant Chronicles, and this is also really big. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's very intimidating, but I do want to finish more series before I start more series. And this is just one I've been meaning to finish for a long time now. A lot of you also said that you really want to see me read this, so that's kind of intriguing me as well. The 3rd book is so much longer than I thought, by the way. If you don't know what the Kiss of Deception series is, it actually comes before the Dance of Thieves duology, which you might have heard of. It's a really great duology. I really, really love it, but I didn't know that this was a prequel to it. We're set in the same world. It is kind of this like medieval-esque world, I would describe it as. We are following our main protagonist, Leah. She runs away from her duties as a princess to a distant village and ends up meeting 2 men there. She's living this very lower class life. They don't know who she is. One of them is an assassin sent to kill her, and one is a prince that she was actually set up for an arranged marriage with, but she didn't want that to happen. I think we're gonna go with this one. The only reason I'm a little bit nervous about this series is I famously hate love triangles. The 2 tropes I don't like and cannot stand usually are love triangles and age gap romances. This is a love triangle, obviously. First one just kind of hinted at it though. We didn't get too much. So if I can still really enjoy this, even though it's a love triangle, I will be surprised. The only person who's made me enjoy a love triangle is Cassandra Clare. I don't want to get like ahead of myself with my TBR, but I have been doing really good with my TBRs. So I feel like we're going to be game and pick 6 prompts this month. And if that really backfires on me, I'll go back to picking 5. Book you're scared won't live up to the hype. Oh, there's a few of these. I'd have talked about a few of them. Jade Legacy is definitely one of them. If that doesn't live up to the hype, I'd be really, really sad. I have very high expectations for that one just because of how much I love the first 2. And it got an incredibly high average rating on Goodreads, which just, that doesn't happen all the time. This is a bit of a long shot. But if I wanted to be a bit fun with my TBR, which I feel like we do, I could say a Kindle book, like, or a book I don't have because I am using my library more, guys. But like Heated Rivalry, maybe? I'm like a love-hate relationship with sports romances. Sometimes I love them, sometimes I cannot stand them. Heated Rivalry, obviously, like has been all over my For You page, pretty much mainly to Emmy. So Emmy, yeah, this is your fault, but she has been raving about it. I've been seeing so many people rave about the book specifically, like yes, the TV show, but so many people like Madison Kate been loving the books at the moment. So I'm like, I'm really, really curious. So maybe we could put Heated Rivalry on my TBR. I did not expect that to be going on my Feb TBR, but like it would break up the fantasy that we've got. Should we do Heated Rivalry? That would be so funny. I think let's do that. Let's put Heated Rivalry on my TBR. First one at least. We'll suss it out. We'll see how it goes. That makes it so much easier as well to pick a 6th prompt, which will be, oh, I got 2. I just put 1 randomly back in. What is this one? Plants or flowers on the cover. Okay, well that rules out Jade City. If I want to be really annoying, they have vines. That's a plant. I will see if I have something more accurate though. I actually don't think I have a lot of physical books that will go with this prompt, but the one that I think is most accurate, and if we're going to go off the prompt, which I probably should, is The Sirens by Amelia Hart. This was sent to me last year, and then I saw it was nominated for Goodreads Choice Awards. I want to say historical, I'm not exactly sure actually. It was nominated in Goodreads Choice Awards though, which made me very intrigued about it. It's a beautiful, beautiful cover. I have read this back before. I don't know if it's been on my TBR before. I can't quite remember, but it says, sisters separated by centuries, voices that won't be drowned out. Lucy is running away from what she's done, what someone did to her. There's only one person who might understand her sister Jess. But when Lucy arrives at her sister's desolate clifftop house on the south coast of New South Wales, Jess is gone. Lucy is now alone in a strange town, seeped in rumor, stories of men disappearing without a trace, a foundling discovered in a sea-swept cave, and women's voices murmuring in the waves. As Lucy searches for her sister, those voices get ever louder. They tell of two sisters 2 centuries ago, bound and transported to a new colony, a world where men always get their way, a world that is once distant and achingly familiar. I have heard good things about this one. I am very curious. I think it's also getting outside my comfort zone a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily like pick this up at the bookstore or be naturally drawn to it, so we could go with this one. This one might be a nice option, a nice way to break up the TBR a little bit more as well. I have been really wanting to kind of get into some more diverse genres. I feel like I read a lot, and a lot of just fantasy and a romance or thriller thrown in there. I don't know about historical fiction. I feel like historical fiction I have tried, and it can either be a hit or a miss for me, but I would love to get into more contemporary fiction. I've been really curious by a lot of books, and now that I am signed up to the library, I feel like I will definitely get into that more, because a lot of the time I don't want to buy the book in case I'm not going to love it. I'm pretty selective with which books I actually buy and make it to my shelf, because I don't have that much room, and I don't want to be just like buying books for no particular reason just because I've heard like one person talk about them. So the library is going to be a great solution for that, because I can start reading books that I am just a little bit more curious, and hopefully that way I might get to know my taste a little bit better in books, branch out into some more genres. So yeah, this fits the prompt. A lot of plants all over this book, and especially on the cover. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with The Sirens by Amelia Hart for the last book in the TBR. All right, let's go through this very diverse TBR for the month. I'm very curious. The Fragile Threads of Power by V. Schwab. Been waiting to get to this one. I'm hoping that this will be like a push to get to it. Neverthorn Academy. No, not Academy. Neverthorn by Shannon Meyer. The Diviners by Libba Bray. Very curious about this one. I love reading books that I haven't heard much about. Finally, The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. Heated Rivalry by, the author's name has escaped me at this moment, but Heated Rivalry. And of course, The Sirens by Amelia Hart. I'm really happy with this TBR. Hopefully we'll be successful. I'm gonna go put this in my reading journal now, note it all down, and we can start ticking it off. I can't wait to talk to you about the books I read in January, because this was a crazy month. Such a good month though. Well, yeah, a good month, but we had some interesting reads in there. Thank you so much for watching today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out Ana Luisa as well if you are wanting to give someone in this season, or a little gift to yourself, which you guys know I think is so incredibly important. Thank you so much for watching to the end. If you have, I love you so, so much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in my next video.